Hi, everybody. It's Aaron from Three Tails RV. If you can hear me, can you give me a thumbs up in the chat? That way, I can see that everything's working out all right. Today, we're going to be doing. I'm going to demonstrate how I make these signs, and it's it's a simple process. It's actually not that difficult. I think anybody could do these. This is a way that we make extra cash while we're traveling in our RV, and something that I've been doing for about 3 months now. I've had a lot of interest in it, and I really wanted just to show everybody what it was all about and how I go ahead and do these. I don't have a big CNC machine. We do live full time in an RV. What I use is a simple hand router or trim router, and I have a myriad of bits that go along with it. So today we're going to go ahead and demonstrate how to make as seen on YouTube, and I'm going to go ahead and carve this up for you. If anybody has any questions to start with, go ahead and leave those in the comments. Artists on the Road, I gave you a monitor made you a moderator for the channel, so you can go ahead and fill those comments. If something comes up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up muting the mic, because I don't think you want to listen to this roar while I'm doing all of the routing on the sign. I started doing this because it was something that I wanted to try. It's something that I've been talking to Lori about for the last before we even started going full time. That this was something that I could do because I'm an avid woodworker. I have built all kinds of crazy stuff. If you go to my Facebook page, you can definitely see some of that stuff that's going on there. Let me go through and welcome everybody that's here. New Horizons, your stuff is all set up and getting ready to be shipped. I'll probably do that by the end of next week. I made Susan a couple of signs, one for her channel and one for the that says as seen on YouTube. So she'll be getting those in a few, hopefully by the end of the week. It's going to be a busy week here. Vandella Travels, welcome. Artists on the Road, I think I've already talked to you a couple times. Thrifty Angela, Shauna's Crafts, welcome. Bees and Huskies. So what I'm going to do is the first thing I usually do is I make sure that my router's clear. The top is all. There's no adhesive put on it. I pre-make the signs. These are 24 inches long. I use Photoshop to make up the design itself, and then I export it into Paint, or I can cut it and put it onto multiple sheets. So then I paste it together. I use simple glue sticks that you can buy at Walmart this time of year when everybody's going back to school. It's just the Elmer's glue stick, and I put it down onto the board, the pattern that I use, and then I go over the top and I put boxing tape on it, and that'll make sense in a minute. As you can see, the tape that's across there, that holds the paper down so it doesn't flicker off and create more problems. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use, for this first part, we're going to be carving out as seen on YouTube, and I'm going to be using a 3/8 bit. I don't know if you can see that, because there it is. 3/8 bit, and we're going to go ahead and carve that portion out. I'm going to be loading it into the router. So while I'm doing that, we will put this down here where you can see it. We're just going to simply put it in there, and we're going to tighten it all down. Oh, and this is the first live stream I've done in a long time, so it's going to be interesting. Next, I set the gauge depth. As you can see, the router bit is on there. It's in there. It's right there. We're going to set the gauge depth at 1/4 of an inch. If you have any questions, just leave those, send those to Artist on the Road, and she can send me a text message, and I'll answer those in between the different parts that we're going to be doing here. So there's that. I have an extension cord that goes over to my RV that I've got plugged in. So we're going to plug this right into the router in, and we'll be getting ready to go to work. So the first thing that we're going to do, and I'm going to change the view of this so you guys can get a better vantage point of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. I'm going to try to anyway. So the first part we're going to be doing is we're just going to be routing out the as seen on YouTube. And then I'm going to do a couple letters and then pause and then answer any questions that may be out there. Positive Effect, good to see you. Nursing Travel Bug, good to see you. Here, there is a window that I can use when I'm routing so I can see what's going on. So what I'm going to do is pull this over this way, and hopefully you guys can get a good vantage point of what is actually going on. Like that. Set it up here. And we're going to start routing. I've got a special set of glasses that I use. These are extra 2X glasses. And it's got an LED light. If you're interested in where I got these, go ahead and send me an email at threetailsrv@gmail.com, or you can find it in the description. From now on, I'm just going to go ahead and mute this, and you guys can watch what's going on. So that was the letter A that I just did there. So all I do is just follow and trace the pattern around the outside of it. Try to keep as straight and as possible as I can. And you may have noticed that I didn't do all the way up into this. This particular bit will not allow me to get into some of the real tight places, so I will switch bits and go in and get all of that corrected. So this is a process that is kind of tedious, but the low drone of the router actually helps me to kind of relax and keep things steady for myself. Not a problem, bees. Handcrafted, please. He is amazing, isn't he? Oh, I try. I try to do the best I can with everything I do, Susan. Thank you for your support, as always. Is there any questions about that so far? About what we've done? If anybody wants to, I'm just going to continue on here. If you have questions, like I said, go ahead and let Artist on the Road know. She has my phone number. She can send me a text, and I will try and answer those as we go. So I'm going to go ahead and work on the S, or continue on with what I'm doing here. And then if you have any other questions, like I said, let her know, or you can let Brad know. Brad can send me a text also, and we'll continue on. So, oh, you don't want to hear that. Oh. So typically, what I do, let me get some of the dirt out of or the sawdust out. Typically, what I do is I go around the outside of it, go all the way around the outside of the letter that I'm working on, and then I will take out all of this waste here in the middle, and that's what it looks like to start with. Let me go ahead and get the waste out of the middle, and we'll So what I was trying to say before, as you can see, the tape is coming up. The paper tends to come up. That's why I put the tape over the top of it, because it tends to hold it on. Whereas if we didn't have the adhesive behind it, it would just pick up and just tear off as I was cutting, as you can see here. So that's the reason for putting the adhesive on the wood itself, putting on the pattern, and then going over the top with the tape, because it helps to hold it in place. So far we've done the A and the S. I'm going to go ahead and try and finish this up. If you have any other questions, just let me know. All right, if you're still watching, we're making a as seen on YouTube sign. Let me push this back. So if you're still watching, we're making a as seen on YouTube sign. I'm doing it live just so that everybody's aware. So far what I've done is I've cut out the as seen on, and then now we're going to move on to the YouTube down here, the YouTube portion of it, and then we'll go ahead and do the play button. And I'm just doing a step-by-step demonstration on how to do this, and I'm doing it live. Like I said, what we're going to be doing next is we're going to be carving out, and as you can see, I got all the man glitter on me. That's what we call sawdust, by the way, in the woodworking community. So yeah, a little bit of man glitter, never hurt anybody. So I'm going to continue on making this, and I'm going to take you along as I do this. We're going to work on the YouTube portion of it now. So I'll start here so you guys can see, and then we'll move along with the project. Oh, if you haven't, go ahead and hit that like button in the by the description in this video. That lets me know if you're interested in seeing more of this content just like this, more woodworking type related stuff, or videos kind of like the same here. And if you're not, I guess, well, you've already moved on to something else. But yes, I'm going to go ahead and finish up the YouTube, and then we'll do some finishing touches on the letters. Like I showed before, I purposely did not hit some of these areas because I have got a finer bit that I can go in and do all these finishing touches on these particular letters. And now we're going to go ahead and finish the YouTube. Move this again and see if I can get it up here closer. There we go. Now you can actually see what I'm doing. So YouTube, and hopefully you can see through this window and be able to see what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and mute you. I'm sorry I'm making it for a really boring live, but you really don't want to hear that while I'm trying to work. So we'll be right back. All right. So I don't know how many of you are still with me, but that gives you an idea. Everybody's kind of chatting along in there. Happy Place Camping, good to see you. Artists on the Road again. Happy Place Diaries. Hopefully everybody's in here. Plus 222. I don't know what all that is. It must be my dogs in the other room on my computer. That's nice of them. Yes, New Horizon. I did make your sign. It's sitting over there. I'm getting another coat of polyurethane on there for you. And like I said, I should be getting that out in about a week. Anybody have any questions? I'm going to take a quick break here. We're halfway through it. If anybody has any questions or is interested in a sticker swap, go ahead and let me know. Send me an email at threetailsrv.com or threetailsrv@gmail.com, and I will go ahead and send one of those out. Happy Place Diaries. Yes, I am. If you go to, there's a link in the description below where it gives my email address, and it also gives the link to my Facebook group that I just created, where I've been showing some of the artwork that I've been working on. You can go ahead and instant message me on there, or you can send me a email at threetailsrv.com. Happy Place Diary. No, I have not sent your sticker, but it'll be with the hat, and you know what I'm talking about. I will get you out one. It's been a busy couple of weeks here with all the storm activities and things that have been going on. The building, one of our buildings, we call it the RVO, which is the RV office, where the roof got completely taken off. We've been working on that, and it's finally back into place. The roof is up there with all the trees that were damaged. We're estimating about 50% of the trees that were in the park have been leaves have been removed and all that other stuff. I will get you your sticker. I promise you, because I don't want to get booted from any other live streams. Yes, Melanetti, you can send me a text, and I will take the chewing for that one. Anybody else got any questions about the signs that I'm working on, or anything in general that they want to quickly talk about? Like I said, I'm just going to try and get a quick break here. My neighbor's looking at me like I'm strange. I'm doing a live video feed of me carving a sign. And now I'm just asking them if they have any questions. Anybody else got any other questions? Otherwise, I'm going to continue on with, I'm going to change out the bits. We're going to go to a profile bit, which is a thinner bit, which looks like this. It looks like a needle. Let me get it over here where you guys can see it. The needle. Looks like a little bitty needle, and I'm going to put that in the router. Again, sorry for all the dust. At least you're not here getting all dirty while I'm doing on this. Well, I would add you, but then I'd have to go back in the house, and the wife gets really upset if I go in there and I look like, here. Not that I'm trying to show my pants off, but this is what the dust looks like for me just sitting here working on this. If I go in the house right now, I'm not worried about any of you ladies in there. I got to deal with mama, and that's not going to be fun because then I have to clean the house. So we're not going to do that. So while we're talking real quick, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to unplug here so I don't accidentally set this router going while I'm sitting here. And I'm going to change out this router bit. And all that is I'm using a wrench that goes over the bit. This is really not an expensive hobby to get into, but I wanted something that I could do while I was on the road that wouldn't take up a lot of space. As you can see, I'm not using a CNC machine. That's usually the first question I get. I don't just come in, sit down, push a button, come back a couple hours later, and it's already done for me. I actually do this all by hand. Everything is handmade, hand carved, hand painted with a lot of love that goes out to it from doing it. So I loaded up the other profile bit. And I'm going to set this up at about the same depth that I had in the other one. And now I'm going to go around. Yep, there it is. Thank you, Artist on the Road, for putting that in there. That's the Facebook group where you can send me an email at 3talesrv@gmail.com. Let me know what you want on your sign, and I'll send you back a price quote on what it's going to cost to do those. For everybody in the community right now, I'm making both your channel sign and the YouTube sign. As seen on YouTube, they're $25 a piece. So you get your channel name for $25. You get a as seen on YouTube for an additional $25. And then if you want the frame, the actual frame, and I can go over and show you that here in a minute. I made a display frame for that, and I can show you how that works. For an additional $5, we can get you hooked up with one of those. So just let me know if that's what something you're interested in. The link, Artist on the Road is posting it. And New Horizon, yes, she's got hers. What are you saying now? Sawdust is Aaron's head is rolling. Laugh out loud. Well, like I said, that looked like I got it's called man glitter. It's man glitter. That's what it's called. So I'm gonna go ahead and mute you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and do some touch-ups over here. Hopefully that angle I had this set at before was a decent one, where you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna do some highlights on the A's and go around and fix up some of this stuff, and I'll be right back. All right. So what I was talking about is all these little fine details, like in the end here at the top. So I went back and hit those with a little bit smaller bit so that it can get all that fine detail into the wood itself. So now that we've got all of the lettering done and all the little details done, next we're going to work on the play button. What I'm going to use is the same profile bit that I just got done working with, and then I'm going to use a 90-degree bit, which looks like, if I can get it on the screen here, where is it? It looks like this, that point on it. And then we're going to put little nipples, and that's probably not a good word. Dimples would probably be a better word inside of this, and we'll start that right now. Anybody got any questions? Any comments? Anything else going on? All right, we'll go ahead and finish this up. Finish up that part. Change out the bit again. All right, so let's get to it. All right, you got me back. So I did the outline of the play button. Now I'm going to switch bits again. We're going to use that 90-degree bit, and I'm going to put the dimples in here, and then we'll move on to the next process. If anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, wants to know where you can get these, I'll You can either email me, which is in the description below, or you can go to my Facebook page and check out some of the signs that I've already created. If you're on the fence, you can send me an instant message on there, or you can send me an email and let me know that you might be interested in picking up one of these signs. The price is $25 a piece. So you'll get your channel name, which is $25. You'll get the As Seen on YouTube sign that I'm working on right now. And for an extra $5, I will make a stand that I will show you at the end of the video, end of this live, the display that I made using PVC for these signs. And I'll even show you my Campo sign that I did about a month ago. I've also done some other stuff. 1/4. And it doesn't have to be precise. It's just got to do the thing. I also have done some other type of signs that I'm going to show you here. This is one that my wife asked me to do. And it is of a I love dachshunds because we have 3 dachshunds, 3 tails. That's where it came from. So I can also do like home stuff, anything that you're looking for. K&R Destinations wanted a motorcycle on his sign, so I put that in there. You can see that on the Facebook page. So we're going to go ahead and finish this off, and then we'll do some sanding, do some painting, and finally wrap up this live. All right, let me clean this up a little bit. I got a brush here that I'm going to brush a lot of this woodchucks and stuff. Chucks. A woodchuck? Yeah, we're going to take a woodchuck out of it. So when I say the dippling, that adds all of that texture to it. And when you get it painted, it'll glisten in the sun. Plus, it really stands out once we get going. So the next part, we're going to take off the pattern itself, which I have taped. And like I said, I have glued underneath there. And you want to make sure you can get all the tape off because the sander usually don't like it too much. And now what I'm going to do is we're going to remove the rest of this paper that's stuck on here. We're going to take a palm sander, my little favorite Black & Decker palm sander, and I'm going to run it across and clean all this up and give you a closer look at what it looks like once it's cleaned up. Again, power tool. Again, it's a power tool. You're not going to want to hear it. All right. Now I like to take an actual carving tool and I clean up the edges, any spots that are not quite even, kind of pretty things up. As you can see, the detail in these pieces got, whoop, in here, you can see a lot more of the detail, but there's still a couple little spots. So I just take my little carving tool that I got from Hobby Lobby and I kind of clean up the edges, make everything nice and neat. So I'll do that for a second. Is there any questions so far or anything going on? Doesn't look like I have anybody in the chat anymore. So let's see. Evidently not. Cam. Okay, so there's that. There's people still over there. Might be on the dog on his phone. Oh, yeah, that was my dog's on the phone. It's the dogs. The dogs are in the window. That's the only way I can describe it. My dogs, I have the computer on in the other room and I didn't realize that I had it on the live. No, it's not a secret code. It's nothing like that. It's one of those things that happens when you're out of the RV, you're trying to set things up and you forget that it's on, and it just it's just one of those things about going live, like trying to get yourself in frame. It's sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up. I'm gonna try and keep this short. This is just the carving portion that I've been doing here. The next step is to mask the areas off that I want to paint. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to mask off the play button. Where is it? I'm going to mask off the play button because I don't want to paint it black. The rest of the letters up here are all going to be, I'm going to spray paint them black so that it'll really pop and stand out. And then we're going to paint it like I showed here, the black on here. We're going to paint it, and then we're going to sand the excess paint off because I use a spray paint for it. I'm going to put it on. I'll paint this, let it all sit out in the sun and dry. Then I come back over and sand it one more time. And then I add the white to it, the white to the play button right here. And then I put like 3 coats of polyurethane on there. Thank you, Artists on the Road, for keep putting that up. And no, it's not a secret message. While dancing on the keyboard or looking out the window, for some reason they like to stand on the table and look out the window of the RV. That's what dogs tend to do. And I can't really tell if you're seeing me. But okay, for the next, like I said, we're just going to clean this up. No treasure code. It's not a part of any special event that's going on. Nothing crazy like that. But thank you, Linda Barker. I have your sign done also. I just haven't had time to get over to the post office with everything else that's been going on around here lately. But I will get it in the mail to you probably at the same time I get Susan's out, which is going to be another busy week for us. We actually have AKC coming in this weekend, the big dog show. The rumor has it that if there's only 10 dog shows across the United States, and we just happen to be in the middle of one of them. So they're going to be here, and they're estimating at 3,000 dogs that are going to be in the park by next Friday. And we're also going to be having a Amana meetup with myself, Pause and Effect, Slow Momentum, Traveling Down to Banisters, and Jerry Holly is going to come up too. Slow Momentum is going to be staying in Jerry Holly's camper with him while he's here. And if I hear any yelling in the middle of the night, it's because KT says that he sleeps in commando mode. So who knows? So if that actually happens, you might get another live of him creaking across the campground. Not that that's really going to happen, but it makes for a good story. So I'm just carving up this little bit of stuff. But that pretty much gives you the idea what's going on with this. If you have any questions or comments, yes, Box Van, it's supposed to be a nice meetup. We got quite a few people coming in, and I can hardly wait for it. Pause and Effect is going to be in. I can't tell if I'm on the screen or not. Oh, there we are. Pause and Effect is supposed to be in here on Sunday, which is tomorrow, or Sunday, which is a couple days from now. He's going to be parking right across from me in the section. We've got some motorcycle riding that he wants to do, and he wants to see some of the local Amana stuff. We might even take him down to Amish country and do some eating of some cinnamon rolls. They make the best cinnamon rolls in the world. Well, Artist on the Road, if you would get your RV figured out, you could have possibly been here too. But I'm sure there'll be plenty of live events going on with that. I'm sure we'll probably do one, excuse me, the night that they come in. I think I'm going to wrap this up right now. You guys got to see me carve one of them. I don't have the timer that I can see because I've got this other window. Did it drop? Oh, I'm sorry. So it takes me, according to this, we got 10 viewers and we've got been going on for an hour and 13 minutes. That's basically roughly what it takes for me to cut out one of these signs. So, and I have only a couple more to do. Just a couple more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then my special guest traveling down to Bannisters, got to work on their sign. They're going to be here over next weekend. So, but that's what I'm doing. If you're like, again, we keep saying blacklisted from your own live stream. No, I actually hit the wrong button. Linda Barker. He's back. Yes, I'm back. Is there any questions? Because that's pretty much, I just wanted to show the carving process. The rest of it is just painting, and that's pretty boring stuff. And it's probably pretty boring watching me sit here and carve this. But I've been asked quite a few times, how do I make these signs? It's not a CNC machine. I don't have another trailer with my RV. All I have is a router, my little visor things here so I can see you up close and get all the detail, and a palm sander, and that's pretty much about it. I just sit at a picnic table like I'm doing right now. I can do it in any RV park. It's an extra way for us to get a little bit of an income so that we can do other things within the while we're on the road. Shipping to the UK is going to be very, very, very expensive. If they want to pay for that, then I would try to get that to them. But again, more man glitter. Woohoo. That would be on their end. I'll make them a sign, but they're going to have to pay for it to get to the UK. And then I can't guarantee what shape it's going to be in when it gets there. Yeah, I could do that. I've got plenty of signs to do, so I could actually do a more in-depth video on how I make these. But I think that's about it, unless anybody's got any specific questions out there. I think I'm going to roll on. Lori just let me know that we are going to lunch with the neighbors in about an hour, so I need to get cleaned up. I don't know why. It's just sawdust. People don't understand it, I guess. Got to be a woodworker to understand the man glitter, but that's the way it is. So I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up right now. Again, if you're interested, there is a link in the description below on how you can get a hold of me so you can make an order for one of the camp signs, the as seen on YouTube. So this is basically the setup that you would get for $50. And I did want to show you the setup that I have. This is the $50 package that I have right now. It's your YouTube channel name and the as seen on YouTube. I'm going to pick you up and move you, so I'm not going to try and make you dizzy while I'm moving. So I'm going to hold this up against myself, and I'm going to show you the little stand that I've made, a display for these while we're wandering around. So right there, that is the camp sign, the camp host sign that I made. And then I put two oh, you guys can't see it. Sorry. Some of those lights on it. That's the one that I did there. Move this out of the way. And this is basically the stand setup that I have here. Sorry that I'm jiggling around. And then the signs all get clipped in. Oops. Into it. And it makes for an attractive display while you're out camping. And it also gets your channel name out there so that other people know and can see. And they come up and ask questions about your channel. They'll come and, like when I'm doing these woodworking signs, they come up and hear me running it. But that's basically the setup that I've created. and the signs that I'm working on and how I do those. So if you have any other questions, just like I said, the email is down in the description. If you want to purchase some of these, again, you can go to either send me an email or you can go to the Facebook page and you can get that information there. So that's about it. This is the Amana RV Park behind me, and it's in near Cedar Rapids, Iowa. It's actually closer to Iowa City. As you can see, most of it's pretty empty. It is a weekday, but we should have a bunch of campers coming in tonight. Linda Barker, you didn't need to do that. 590, that is awesome. You are my first super chat. First super chat, 10,000 viewers or subscribers, and you are my first super chat. Thank you very much, Linda Barker. You didn't have to, but you did. I'm gonna have to steal it because everybody else does. So I think that's gonna be it for today. Again, if you have any questions, just let me know. And I think I'm gonna take that artist on the road. I'm gonna take you up on that comment and do a part 2 of this. And I can refer to the videos to each other on how to finish the camp signs. All right, guys, until next time, remember, live simple, live free, and enjoy the ride. And we'll see you on our next video.